In part 1, we talked about why diamond sparkle and why the round brilliance is the most reliable cut for the maximum light. But what if you love an oval, a pear, or maybe an emerald cut? In this video, we'll take a look how each of the other shapes sparkle, the proportion that usually keeps them bright, and the one sparkle tip to remember for each. A quick reminder before we start. Fancy shapes do not get a cut grade on the GIA report. So the way we judge sparkle is with the three things. Again, they don't have 4 C's, they have 3 C's. First, the report, which gives us table, depth, and the length to width. The second, the standard rotating studio video that every dealer provides. A third, when available, IdealScope or ASET image to confirm the light return. That's our toolkit. Now let's go shape by shape. Oval. Ovals are lively and elegant, with lots of small flashes across the surface. The numbers that usually work the best are a table between 55 and 63% and the depth between 62 and 66%. The sparkle tip is the bow tie. A faint shadow in the center is fine, but if it stays dark through the whole video and you will see it right away, that stone is leaking light and you should pass on it. Pear. Pear spark in a directional way. The light flows from rounder end towards the tip. Good pear often sit with a table between 53 and 63% and the depth between 58% and 64%. The sparkle tip here is the belly or middle section. It should never look glassy. If the edges are glaring but the center looks dull, it won't impress outside of the studio light, so pass on this stone. Marquise. The Marquise gives you the drama. It looks big for its weight, and when cut well, the sparkle runs the whole length. The proportion that usually keep it bright are the table between 53 and 63% and the depth between 60 and 65%. The sparkle tip is again the bow type. If you only see life at the point while the center stays dull, that's light leakage, actually quite common for Marquise, and it won't deliver the flash you want, so avoid this stone. Cushion. Cushion comes in 2 flavors. Chunky cushions give the large flashes, while crushed ice cushions give final glitter. For cushions, a table between 55 and 65% and a depth between 64 and 70%, you usually avoid that water look. Sparkle tip. Make sure the table or center participates. If the rim is dancing but the middle looks flat or glassy, skip it. Radiant. Radiant cuts feel crisp and modern with a mix of glitter and flashes. Most bright radiant lens with a table between 61 and 69% and the depth between 61 and 67%. The sparkle tip is the center pattern. A radiant should look organized and bright in the middle. If the center looks chaotic and sleepy while only the corners are busy, that's a poor cut stone. No way around it. Emerald. Emerald cuts don't glitter, they flash in the broad dramatic steps. The safest number for the light return are a table between 61 and 69% and the depths between 61 and 67%. The sparkle tips is clarity. Because the facets are wide open, any inclusion in the center interrupt the flashes, and emerald really needs to be eye clean to sparkle well. Asscher. An Asscher is the square step cut with the famous Hall of Mirrors effect. Most good ones fall with a table between 58 and 69% and the depths between 60 and 68%. The sparkle tip is the windmill pattern. Look for a strong pulse in the center as the stone turns. If the middle stays flat or liveless, it won't give you that dramatic Hall of Mirrors look, and that's what you wanted. Heart. Heart are bold and romantic with a brilliant style sparkle. For them, a table between 53 and 63% and the depth between 56 and 66% usually works best. The sparkle tips, heart needs enough size to show their pattern. Around 0.8 to 1 carat and up helps cleft and lobe slide up clearly. Smallest heart often lose that detail, so there's no point to buy the heart less than 0.8 carat. IdealScope and ASET. IdealScope images should show strong red under the table. That means light is returned to you and the minimal white in the middle. ASET should show the red and the green through the center. Large white patches under the table mean the light leakage. These tools simply confirm what you already saw in the video, but in a little bit straightforward form. Real life expectation. Studio light makes every diamond look lively. That's fine, it shows the stone in the best way. That's why in the jewelry store everything looks beautiful. But even in the studio light, the center has to participate. If the middle looks dull in a perfect lighting, it will only look worse in everyday light. Be careful with that. So here's the short version. Start with the report. Check the table, the depths, the lengths to width ratio to set expectation. Then watch the studio video. The center has to participate. Be very careful about it, not just the edges. Fail sign are easy to remember. A heavy bow tie for ovals and Pears or Marquise, watery centers in cushions and radians, windowing in emeralds and Asschers. And remember, cut creates the sparkle, nothing else. Every shape cut well has its own style of light. Round brilliant is still the most consistent if you want guarantee sparkle. But if you're leaning towards the fancy shape, will help you to find the stone that not only looks beautiful under studio light, but also in the real life. We pre-select stones for our clients.
If you haven't watched the first video and some of the things in this video are slightly confusing, go ahead and watch the first video. There's a lot of valuable information there. And before you buying the diamond, whether it's a lab diamond or the natural diamond, please watch both of this video. You will make much better decision at the end of the day. Thank you again for watching this video until the end, and I'll see you next time.